Welcome to Sunday Prime on Idea TV, bringing you innovation-driven stories shaping Nigeria and beyond. I am Cynthia Bassi, and we're starting with stories from Nigeria. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has confirmed that at least 165 people have died and 82 remain missing as a result of flooding incidents across Nigeria this year. According to the agency's latest update released on Friday, a total of 791,000 individuals have been affected, with 138 sustaining various degrees of injuries. Over 43,000 people have been displaced, while 8,594 houses and 8,278 farmlands have been destroyed. NEMA reports that children and women account for the majority of those impacted. Specifically, 53,314 children and 36,573 women were among the affected, alongside 24,600 men, 5,304 elderly persons, and 1,863 individuals with disabilities. The floods have impacted 43 local government areas across 19 states, including Abia, Adamawa, Anambra, Akwa Ibom, Borno, Bayelsa, DFCT, Gombe, Edo, Imo, Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano, Kogi, Kwara, Niger, Ondo, Rivers, and Sokoto. Imo, Rivers, Abia, Borno, and Kaduna states recorded the highest numbers of affected persons. Authorities continue to monitor the situation while relief efforts are being coordinated to support displaced communities. Moving on still in Nigeria, the Nigerian Immigration Service has issued a stern warning to citizens regarding the misuse of United States visas, urging all visa holders to strictly comply with the conditions attached to their entry permits. The advisory comes in response to the growing concerns raised by the U.S. authorities over increasing violations by Nigerian travelers. These violations include overstaying, unauthorized changes in travel purposes, and other breaches of U.S. immigration laws. Speaking in Abuja, the Service Public Relations Officer, Akinshola Akinlabi, stated that visa holders must adhere strictly to the reasons declared in their applications. He reminded the public that U.S. immigration screening does not end at entry, and any breach of conditions could lead to visa revocation, deportation, or even long-term ineligibility to re-enter the United States. The advisory specifically called the attention of Nigerian students in the U.S. to remain enrolled in the academic programs, warning that withdrawal, absenteeism, or change in study without notifying relevant authorities may result in visa cancellation. Also highlighted was the U.S. crackdown on so-called birth tourism. Immigration authorities now have discretion to deny tourist visa applications if they believe the main intent is to give birth in the U.S. to secure automatic citizenship for the child. The Nigerian Immigration Service emphasized that it is working closely with the U.S. mission in Abuja to avoid further visa restriction and ensure that the law-abiding Nigerian travelers are not affected. The United States, I beg your pardon, had previously flagged Nigeria for high rates of visa overstays and non-compliance, which led to tighter visa scrutiny and in 2020 partial immigration restrictions targeting immigrant visas. The Immigration Service urged all Nigerians to protect the integrity of the travel opportunities by complying fully with immigration laws and entry conditions. Still in Nigeria, in a significant step towards improving access to life-saving cancer treatment in Nigeria, the National Health Insurance Authority, Roche Pharmaceuticals, and the Federal Medical Center Abuja have unveiled a cost-sharing initiative aimed at easing the financial burden on cancer patients. Unveiled in Abuja, the program is designed to increase access to high-cost oncology drugs by splitting costs between NHIA, Roche, and the patient. Roche will cover 50% of the cost of monoclonal medicines and ensure drug availability, while NHIA manages patients' access and financing. Patients in turn pay subsidized rates. The NHIA says the initiative aligns with Nigeria's push for universal health coverage, ensuring vulnerable citizens can afford critical cancer medication. It also reduces out-of-pocket expenses and improves treatment outcomes. The team led by oncology at Roche, Mr. Funshaw David, highlighted the importance of protecting patients from catastrophic health expenditures commending FMC Abuja for supporting the program and urging expansion of its NHIA cancer services. FMC's Chief Medical Director, Professor Saad Ahmed, represented by Dr. Muftar Bioku, welcomed the partnership, calling it a timely intervention for patients who often cannot afford comprehensive cancer care. The move follows a 2021 Memorandum of Understanding between NHIA and Roche. After a successful 2-year pilot, the program was expanded in 2025 to cover uninsured patients' full treatment access, immunohistochemistry testing, and patient navigation services. Let's take a quick break now. Sunday Prime continues when we return. Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is still Sunday Prime. Now the rest of the stories. In a strategic move aimed at strengthening operations and accelerating growth, Dangote Group has appointed David Baird as the new Chief Executive Officer of its Petroleum and Petrochemicals Division. Baird, who officially assumed the role in July 2025, previously led Oman's Duqm refinery, where he oversaw its expansion and crude diversification ahead of the 2023 test runs. His appointment comes as Dangote seeks to tackle ongoing operational challenges at its 650,000 barrels per day Lagos refinery, currently the world's largest single-train refinery. Speaking to S&P Global's Platts, Baird said his priorities include maximizing output, boosting plant efficiency, and expanding Dangote's refining footprint beyond Nigeria and across the continent. He also highlighted plans to position the group as a global refining leader by focusing on trading performance, high plant utilization, and flexible feedstock sourcing. Since its commission in January 2024, the Lagos refinery has significantly reduced Nigeria's reliance on gasoline imports. However, progress has been hampered by technical setbacks, design issues, and regulatory bottlenecks. Aliko Dangote, who remains chairman of the refining arm and CEO of the wider group, has repeatedly criticized rent-seeking trade practices and poor quality fuel imports as key obstacles to full-scale operations. Despite the mandatory domestic supply agreement with the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, which holds a 7.2% stake in the project, the group is advancing bold expansion plans. This includes increasing refining capacity to 700,000 barrels per day, enhancing port facilities, and developing overseas storage in countries such as Namibia. In a major logistics shift, the group will also roll out its own petroleum distribution business in August, deploying a fleet of 4,000 compressed natural-powered gas trucks. Meanwhile, executives have confirmed that the preparations are underway to list the refinery arm on both the London and Lagos stock exchanges. In Southern Africa, the Zimbabwe Republic Police is turning to technology to strengthen its crime-fighting strategy. The force has begun deploying digital tools and data-driven systems aimed at modernizing law enforcement and improving public safety across the country. The strategic overhaul includes the introduction of crime mapping software, digital surveillance systems, and automated data analysis, enabling quicker responses and better crime pattern detection. According to officials, this move is part of a broader effort to transition the force into a technology-driven institution aligned with global policing standards. Authorities say the initiative will also enhance transparency and accountability while fostering stronger collaboration between the police and local communities. Training programs are already underway to equip officers with the necessary digital skills. This transformation reflects Zimbabwe's wider national push towards digital innovation in public service delivery. Experts believe the adoption of tech-based policing could significantly reduce criminal activity and restore public confidence in law enforcement. It's time to call it a wrap on Sunday Prime, but before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. Flood disaster claims 165 lives, displaces over 43,000 across 19 states. The Nigerian immigration warns citizens against U.S. visa misuse amid rising concerns. NHIA Roche and FMC Abuja launch cost-sharing scheme to cancer care. Dangote Refinery appoints David Baird as CEO to drive expansion. And lastly, Zimbabwe police embrace tech and crime-fighting overhaul. We have more updates across our social media platforms. Do well to connect to the headlines displayed on your screen. I am Cynthia Bassi. Thank you for watching.